thank everyone who participated in this process among this global pandemic. You are the heroes who care about the world, the Australian people, not only the Chinese people. The Australians must know the truth of the virus and the CCP so they can have an effective reaction to the virus. But first, let's take a quick glance over the history of the CCP to show everyone how vicious and evil this regime is. The CCP has never regarded our people as people. The CCP was founded in 1921. In 1941, it stole the country and established its governance. Under its tyranny, hundreds of millions of people in the country died from unnatural causes such as persecution, hunger, and shooting. This figure far exceeds the total number of deaths in the World War II, in the two World Wars. The history of the CCP is a bloody history of murder. From 1950 to 1955, the movement to suppress the anti-revolution caused innocent deaths and injuries of about 720,000 people. From 1955 to 1957, 290,000 people were killed and injured in a similar movement. From 1957 to 1958, tens of thousands of people disappeared from the rectification and righteous movement. From 1958 to 1962, the death toll from quote-unquote the Great Famine reached 37 million to 43 million. According to the internal investigation results of the Ministry of Public Security, organized by Yang Shengkun, the actual death toll from the Great Famine may reach 96 million. The number is equivalent to the CCP throwing 245 Hiroshima bombs on its own people. During the Cultural Revolution, from 1966 to 1976, the number of deaths from various political movements was about 60 million to 100 million. In the Tiananmen Square massacre in 1989, they used tanks and guns to kill Chinese students, resulting in 10,454 deaths. The number of deaths from the persecution of Falun Gong from 1999 to the prison cannot be counted. And now, the CCP detained up to 3 million people in Xinjiang and brutally cracked down on the Tibetan compatriots and had political movements in Chongqing. The death toll cannot be counted. From 2019, there are over 10,000 people lost their lives and tens of thousands of people were missing in Hong Kong. At least 400 million fetuses were murdered over the one-child policy, which lasted 36 years. Countless people lost their lives when their own properties were illegally occupied and demolished. Poisonous vaccines and tainted milk formula took away hundreds and thousands of infants. In January 2020, the CCP released the coronavirus to the world, and the confirmed cases have reached to 13.7 million to date, and the death toll come to 580,000. From the ruthless genocide against over 500,000 Chinese in Indonesia, where the CCP ignored, to 2019, when the CCP released the virus, which results in innumerable deaths inside China and over the world. This government has revealed its evilness and angered its own people to the extent of extreme. Throughout the history of mankind, there has never been a government such like CCP, comparing to its thirst for blood and killing. For those who have been awakened in the West and East, we should put aside the perceptions and stand together. We shall see clearly the devil face of the CCP, and we shall topple down the CCP at its weakest. We shall send the CCP to the deepest pit of hell and never let it revive. The CCP has not cared about its own people, and it will not care about Australians. We need to stand up against the CCP's influence in Australia, and most importantly, to stop people dying from this deadly virus caused by CCP. The CCP is clearly a loose link in this global pandemic, where they try to hide the truth and deliberately let the virus spread across the globe. The Australians can only be protected when the full investigation is held in CCP to find the origins and the truth about the virus. We need to stop CCP lying so we can stop Australians dying. And ultimately, let's take down the CCP to save all the people around the world. Let's take down the CCP!